Hi everyone, welcome to Dr. Obi's Garden. In this episode, I'll show you how to grow chili pepper in a hanging garden with the help of onions to get a bountiful harvest. The onions play a crucial role in the whole setup, as you will see later. You also get a bonus harvest of onions even before the peppers mature. I'll share some tips to guarantee success throughout the video and at the end, so hang in there as I break things down. First, prepare a medium-sized container by making holes at the bottom for drainage. You also need to make a slightly bigger hole through which the pepper will grow. This hole shouldn't be too big to prevent the pepper seedling from slipping through. I normally use a bottle cap as a guide. Make two small holes on opposite sides near the top of the container and a third hole directly above the hole created for the seedling. Next, tie one end of a string to each of the two holes that are opposite each other. The string should be durable enough to support the weight of the container when filled with soil for several months. I use old electrical cables and they seem to work great. You can hang the container on two nails drilled into a wooden frame propped against the wall. To make it easier to water the plants, the container should hang below your chest level. It's now time to insert the pepper seedlings through the hole made in the container. Trim off the lower leaves and remove seedlings from the planter before pushing the growing tip through the hole at the bottom of the container. This should be done gently to prevent severe damage to the leaves. Once the seedling goes through, you can prop it up using another string that is tied to the hole made directly above the hole for the seedling. Use at least 1 month old pepper seedlings for best results. See the video description for link to the video on how I produce healthy pepper seedlings like this one. To reduce rapid water loss through the drainage holes, cover the bottom of the container with a layer of grass clippings or straw. This would also provide nutrients for the seedling when it's broken down. Fill the container with a soil mix. See the video description for the soil mix I use. Cover with a thin layer of sand. You will see why shortly. Now, it's time to plant the onions. I use onion seedlings obtained from onion bottoms or onion bulbs. See the video description for link to the video on how I make onion seedlings from onion bottoms. Pull up the seedling cluster and carefully separate into individual seedlings, making sure that each has some roots attached. Make about 4 holes in the soil and place one seedling into each hole, firming the base in the process. Don't plant the onion seedlings too deep, else they will die. Water thoroughly until you see water dripping from the bottom of the container. You can pinch up the tops and all the flower buds to encourage vegetative development and more branching. This delays the maturity of the plant by a few days, but it allows the production of many fruits, although the fruits will be slightly smaller. You will see this later. After about 21 days, more branches would have started growing. You can spray with potassium nitrate foliar fertilizer to encourage flowering and fruiting. By day 30, flowers would have formed and some would even begin to set fruits. At this stage, spraying with an organic fertilizer that contains amino acids will help the branches to grow strong to be able to hold the weight of the developing fruits. The onions will also benefit from this spray to keep them growing actively and be able to carry out their function. Now that I've mentioned the onions, let's talk about their function in this system. The primary function of the onions is protection. The onions protect the pepper plants from insect pests such as aphids and whiteflies by emitting volatile compounds such as allicin, which repels the insects. Is this really effective? Well, you will see for yourself soon. Within another 18 days, more fruits will have developed, with the early ones reaching full length. It's also possible to harvest some of the onions at this time. If you have more onion seedlings available, you can replace any onions that you harvest to keep the protection going. This will be a great time to smash that like button if you are enjoying this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to this channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. The first set of chili peppers will be ready for harvest within the next 26 days. You can harvest by hand by snapping the fruit gently at the pedicel or the point of connection to the plant. It took a total of about 74 days from transplanting or 111 days from seed to get the first pepper harvest. As a bonus, more onion bulbs will also be ready to harvest. Don't expect to get big onion bulbs from this system since the focus is more on the chilies. The onions provided effective protection against aphids in my case since a nearby pepper plant was attacked by aphids, but there were no signs of aphids with the onion treatment. I'll therefore recommend this if you have problems with aphids. Garlic can also be used for the same function. As indicated earlier, when you pinch off the tops of the pepper plants, the fruits become slightly smaller, although you get more fruits to compensate for this. As you can see, the peppers on the left, which were harvested from the pinched pepper plants, are smaller and shorter than those on the right, harvested from a plant that was not pinched. In the next 10 or so days, more pepper fruits will be ready for harvesting, and you'll be getting too much pepper that you can probably eat. You can store some in the freezer for later. Here are some important tips to guarantee success. 1. Since a medium container is being used, you have to water the plants every day and sometimes twice a day when the plants grow big enough. You can monitor the plant frequently to know when it needs to be watered. 2. A lot of the water will drain through the holes at the bottom of the container, so make sure you have another container to collect the drained water. Alternatively, you can keep another plant under the hanging plant to make use of the excess water. That's exactly what I did. 3. Spray the plants with potassium nitrate or organic fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks for maximum yield and to prolong harvesting. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos or see you in our next. Until then, it's adios.